overcast morning, and it's hot and stuffy. The humidity it rained again last night. Not a lot, not a lot. As you can see, my yard's not all flooded and mud puddled. So I hope this finds you doing well today. And I'm up and around on a Friday morning. Um, and I'm live on the back porch. So I have been in some great lives lately. Wow. Uh, kind of wanted to talk about that. Oh, there's my dog making her debut. Um, I just been in some really good lives lately. This morning early, Julie Jordan Scott does a live, and I always enjoy hopping on that. I had slept a little later, so I got in there a little late, but I always enjoyed Julie's lives, and she's not going to be live this Monday, but her Mondays are about gratitude and intentions. And then on Friday mornings, it's just a coffee chat, which is kind of what I like to do. Hi, Philip. How are you? This fine evening for you. So, I hope you're doing okay. And Pam, good morning, Pam. I'm going to talk about you next. Your live is coming up, and plan on going from my live over there to your live. And Pam's gonna go live. It's Pam's Stories for Humans. Is that your channel name? And so I was in a live with What's Up Boomer last Sunday. Man, it was we we got to reminiscing and talking about the Ed Sullivan Show. Oh, Pam can't go outside because she said I checked earlier but didn't see you. It's so dark and rainy here. I can't go outside. Oh, so I was wondering, if it's still going to be raining, but I can get out here even if it's raining. It would be kind of dark, but yeah, the birds and the carpenters. There was a house. I talk about this. It's like right that way that burned New Year's Eve. That would be a bummer. Bummer to have your house burned New Year's Eve. So they are rebuilding it. And so they get out there early and work on it because it gets, there's heat index warnings because the heat is close to 100 degrees and the humidity is 80%. So it makes the heat index like almost 110. And so, yeah. And because we're not used to the humidity, it becomes dangerous. And Miss M, Catherine said, "This is Roger, Catherine's husband. She's driving. We're on 44 East on our way to Kentucky. Okay, y'all be safe, and I will entertain you while you uh, drive. Okay, Roger. Do you have a good birthday, Roger?" So Pam said, "Wow, yeah, humidity makes such a difference. It really does. Usually by this time we aren't getting rain in June. It starts drying up, and it gets really dry. Um, so deal." Roger said it's a deal. I'm gonna entertain y'all. Um, so I hope you enjoy your trip to Kentucky. That's quite a trip in a weekend. So, but you have today, and then you're going to drive back on Sunday, Roger. Um, Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome in. Are you new here to my channel? There's my dog. She doesn't have any rain puddles to run through, so she's just out there sniffing around. There's been some trains going by, so maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get to see a train this morning. Yes. Wow, that's a quite the turnaround. Elizabeth says, I am new here. Well, welcome in, welcome in. A little bit my channel. I talk about personal development and just life in general, um, all ages, but I really kind of gear in on older adults. I am excited about my son's wedding, Pam. 3 months, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months away, 90 days. So Elizabeth's saying hello to Catherine. Philip says it's great to have you here, Elizabeth. Pam says, welcome, Elizabeth. So, yes, I talked to my son yesterday. They're fixing to send out invitations. So, we are gearing up for that. I don't have a whole lot to do. You know, I mean, um, and we've joked about my son's having a destination wedding at Roaring River, Missouri. And Roaring River, Missouri is a state park in the very, very southwestern part of Missouri. Matter of fact, I'm going to be about 40 minutes from Catherine and Roger. We drive right through where they live to get there. And I'm going to meet up with them. I'll invite them over for some trout. Oh, thanks, Philip. He said, like and subscribe, join the family. We love having you here. So I talk about a lot of different topics, but they're all kind of about self improvement. And, I'm retired and I am a senior citizen. I'm 72. I've been retired for 3 years. I do work about Well, I was working 2 days a week. I've added 4 hours on a third day to see veterans. And if it'd been any other population, I probably wouldn't have done it. But veterans, yeah, I really like to give back. And so I'm seeing um, mainly veterans on that extra day. So I work about 20 hours a week. Um, and um, I didn't want to work outside the home, but we're counting on seeing you. It'll be fun. Y'all can drive up, spend the day. We'll take you fishing. We're going September 12th. We'll be there all week. And so um, my son's getting married on the 19th, and we're leaving on Monday. It will be fun. It will. We fish. We I don't know. We sit around the fire in the evenings and we do a lot of things. And of course, for the rehearsal dinner, we are having a fish fry. It's like our destination wedding. Thanks, Philip. He said I look great for 72. I've always looked younger than I am, and I used to absolutely hate it. You know, I mean, Goodness sakes, I got carded. The last time I got carded, I was in my 40s, and my friend I was with was younger than me, and they didn't card her. They carded me. So that tells you something right there. I've just always looked a lot younger. I mean, I'm grown and married, and I could get into the movies for a kid's price with no makeup on, and I could, I'm petite, and I weigh a little more than I used to. You know, tur- I'm turning myself in. I joke about I wished I weighed what I weighed when I thought I was fat. I don't think I'm fat now, but I wished I weighed what I did when I thought I was fat, which happens when you're young. You think that you're fat, and you're not. So, Miss M, when people see me, they think I'm 19 or even 16. That's great, Miss M, and you get to where you really like it. You start getting up, you get, you're 50 years old, and they're still thinking you're however young you are, And so, yeah, it's so funny. Whenever I started dating my husband that I'm married to now, he said, "I want to see your driver's license." I don't believe you. So I had to show him my driver's license. Oh, I have receipts. I joke now about that I've lived through the 60s twice. I lived, um, Philip said my sister paid for me to get Botox when I was 18. LOL, absolute waste of money. Yeah, good morning, Mrs. G. How are you? We're talking about my receipts, about my age. Ciao. Oh, sometimes when I get up first thing in the morning, I feel like I'm the age I am till I get moving and I get the magic elixir of my coffee. I'm Harley'd out today. I got my Harley cup, so put on a Harley shirt. So anyway, hello, Miss G said, hello, everyone in the chat, working and listening, my friend. I was talking about the great lives I'd been in. I was talking about Boomer's Live. We got to talk about the Ed Sullivan Show. And some of y'all don't even know who Ed Sullivan is, but um, the big famous thing in the 60s was the Beatles. In 1964, on his show, he previewed the Beatles and their touchdown in the United States. The rest is history. We all know that. I can remember watching them live. So, really telling my age. And then yesterday, I was in a great live. Red's Room TV was doing like a radio station, and he was playing music that creators had sent him that they've made. Now, I don't know how to do that, and I haven't seen Cheryl yet in here, but I'm going to have to get with my sister Cheryl or my friend Miss G, and they're going to have to teach me how to make some of that music. Um, and that's the next step, I think, in my YouTube journey. I have learned how to do a lot of things. I learned how to edit a video that's already been posted without taking it down, and I edited it in the YouTube studio. It was suggested to me to shorten the rain part of the first part of my video. So Miss M said if I ever wanted to get an adult beverage, the bartender would have to do a double take at my license. Yeah, that's the way it was for me, Miss M. That's what I was saying. That happened to me, and I was in my 40s the last time. I miss listening to songs on the radio. Yes, it was always a surprise. You can still listen to songs on the radio, um, but then it's not a surprise, because they put it up there. You can see the song and who it's by. But uh, yeah, I talked about, I think it was the other night, I guess on my live Wednesday night, I talked about, listening to the transistor radio and laying out in the backyard in the grass. And I can remember the first song I remember is by Petula Clark called My Love. It's a great song. I can still listen to it. And like I said, I have a t-shirt that someone gave me that says Petula Clark. I can wear it, but it's a little tight because that was when I was fat. Oh, Miss Sim said she loves listening to songs on the radio. We all can relate to music, and music has it in our brain. You can hear a song, and it will put you exactly where you were when you used to listen to that song. I have one in particular that was popular when I went to cosmetology school. And hi, Swan Tails. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everywhere. Um, anything that has been captured on film, you can find it on YouTube or the internet, which is awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, hi, Julie. Hi, Rhonda, and all. Oh, so true about music. Anything that is sensory that is a great memory. There's certain smells I can smell them, and I am standing downtown on the street in the shops in Saudi Arabia. Miss M said, I remember when I had a flip phone and had to record a song if I wanted it as my ringtone. That's so true. We used to do that stuff. But when I was in cosmetology school, um, was when Maggie May was popular by, golly, all right, his, I'll think of it in a minute. You like you like music class, like classical music, Swantails? That's a stroll down memory lane, Miss M. Yep, Mrs. G, the good old days. Um, yeah, and Miss M, you get my age and you'll be talking about right now being the good old days. It was the good old days. Remember when we got on YouTube and people could just go live and talk about whatever, and it was great, and we just laugh and carry on a live and be sitting out on our back porch. It'll be the good old days. Everyone's saying hello. Oh, so Miss M said, "You're right, Rhonda. You'll look back and you'll think, huh, those are the good old days." And then the next part of that is, why in the world did I stress over that stuff? It's funny how the older you get, the less important those things become. Oh, Rod Stewart. Thanks, Philip. Yes, Rod Stewart. Oh, that song can come on, and I am during that era of going to beauty school, and it was a great time. So, uh, Pam said, I was just thinking that yesterday, that remembering these times too. Yeah, Miss M said, I know, right? Julie said, I'm having an awesome day. Thanks for asking, Mrs. G. Swan tells, we can't skip music class in school. No, no. And just, like I said, the Beatles, um, Hey Jude comes on. I remember in 1969 sitting in some people that worked with the youth at our church, our youth church group, gathered up at their house. We're all sitting in front of the TV, and we watched the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, and they sang "Hey Jude," and I can't remember. We sang one of those songs in choir when I was in school in choir. I loved music class at school. That was my favorite class. I never did take any music classes, but I was in choir. I don't know what grade I was when I was in choir. Maybe a junior. So Julie said, such fun memories. Were you in Oklahoma then, Rhonda? Yes, I was in Oklahoma. I grew up in Oklahoma, lived in the same house for 18 years. I got married and I moved to Arkansas. CL Fantasy Waves. Hi. Yes, CL. You're at work, can't chat. You're just going to listen. Pam said, that's an amazing memory, Rhonda. Yes. Kristen, good morning. How are you this morning? So, everyone's saying hello to Kristen and CL. Briggs, good morning. So, all right, there it is. You got to turn it. Here it is. Here it comes. Here it comes. We get to see the train. Am I live? There it is. Yes, my first husband was in the Air Force. We were stationed at Little Rock Air Force Base. That's how I got to Arkansas. We lived there till uh, we moved here in January of 1975 to where I'm at. He was stationed here. So Miss M said, well, I need to scoot and take my dog out. Bye, Rhonda. Nice. Kristen said, yay. Yes, Julie, there's the train. Choo choo. I wish they'd blow their horn. Oh, he's not watching. Yep, there's the train. Choo choo. Wow, it's so quiet. Love trains. Um, I think that Julie was talking about this morning. That when YouTube does, like on your lives on YouTube, they filter out background noise. So, and Denise said hello from the great state of Michigan. Hello, Denise. Welcome in. Oh, Miss M. Good thing I didn't leave. That's right. You got to see the train. Oh, like I said, it's a loop, and during the day, on certain days, they come through here. That's the third one this morning. So they're hauling stuff. And Julie said, hi, Denise. Yay for Michigan. Miss M said, okay, bye for real now. Go let your dog out. Swan tails. Mrs. G is saying hello to Denise. Kristen said hi. Julie, Jordan Scott. All the train emojis are coming out. Yes, they are. I have another video that I was sitting out here making, and the train came through. I think I left it in my video, but I've got that. I'm working on gathering my bloopers and putting them in a long form to put out when I hit 3 years. Um, and it's hard to find them. I know I have probably a cajillion bloopers that I had to cut out where my dogs are barking. Philip said, Rhonda, what was it before the internet? Well, the internet, well, it was transistors, radios. Um, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have internet. We talked on the telephone, and you know, you just spent hours on the phone with your friends. And that was just one friend. So newspapers, yeah, we got our information from magazines and newspapers and printed publications, and you went to the library to do research, and you would get a card. You would look in the card files and find what you were looking for. And, you know, it was, yeah, email. Well, that was with the internet, Roger, and then that happened. I'm trying to, of course, computers came, you started hearing about computers, and, government had computers, and but no one had a personal computer. That's why they call them PCs, personal computer, because then businesses begin to have them in different. Um, Swantail says Oklahoma people still keeping old time values. Some places, there's some small towns in Texas here that still it's kind of laid back, and I call it inshallah. I lived in Saudi Arabia, and that's the way they were. And inshallah means if God wills. And they were like, well, I was late, inshallah. So it's like, oh well. Oh, they were real laid back. They would be in the biggest hurry to get somewhere, and then there would be a car accident or something happen, and they all stop and to get out and look, um, which is the strangest thing. It's like, why were you in such a hurry? But handwritten letters to loved ones, cards, letters. We wrote letters. I had a pen pal that was in Vietnam, and we wrote back and forth. Well, Philip, you have to think about that was I lived in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it was in 1991. So that's been 35 years ago. It was different. Um, but it was right after um, Desert Storm, and But in Saudi at that time, they had never had a terrorist act. They didn't have any of that. Crime was really low. The worst offenses were drug related. I felt safer there than I had felt in a long time in the United States. There was no stealing, no, I don't know. You got, if you stole something, you got your right hand chopped off. And if you did drug charges or other things, you got your head chopped off. And they still did that when I lived there, you know. And so um, it, uh, the most dangerous thing that I ever did when I was in Saudi Arabia was riding a car because they drive so crazy. Uh, I never drove. I didn't drive. It's against the law for women to drive back then. And but and everyone says, do you uh, how did you do that? And I was like, oh, it was so hard. I had a driver pick me up, take me right to the door to where I was going. If I didn't know where I was going, he would guide me to where I needed to go and then go back and get his vehicle. He would pick us up, a group of women. We could go shopping as a group of women. He would load all our packages up, take us to our door, carry our stuff in the house. So uh, it was, I don't know, I felt pretty pampered. Marahaba. Marahaba to you. What kind of mindset am I in? Oh, pretty chill this morning. It's Friday morning. I'm off today. I've got a few incidental things to take care of, and that's it. I'm sitting out here chatting on my back porch. Let me see if I can pronounce your name. Mureth. Mureth, welcome in. So, Amira, hi. Hello. Welcome in this morning. Yes, it is. It is warming up. It is very, like, I'm sweating. I'm glistening because it is stifling. There is no breeze. Humidity is about 80%, and it is 82 degrees. So, and it's supposed to be 93. So it's going to be sweltering today. It's kind of like, you getting hit uh, with a wet blanket. Kristen says it's your sparkle. Yeah, I'm glistening. You know, it is definitely warm. I'm grateful for great air conditioning. And wow, my friend in Canada says, they don't turn their air on until it's pretty warm. Some places don't even have air. But she said, "You run your air conditioner all the time?" I said, "Yeah, we don't air. I don't open my windows. The way the wind blows, house full of dust and your allergies. So I don't very rarely open my windows. It has to be just the optimum weather for me to do that, and then it's short term." Philip said, "I love my split level air conditioning unit." Yes. Mm-hmm. Ugh. It gets pretty warm in Australia. I've watched. I've been subscribed to Dora for a while, probably a year. Pam says we have no AC here. We open windows morning and evening. Yeah, yeah, that's typical for Canada. Uh, you know, People that live up in the mountains in Colorado are like that. You like my coffee cup? My Harley coffee cup? That is Willie G. It's my favorite Harley emblem is Willie G. So, yeah, I think it was last Friday we talked about Harleys. And I still didn't find out what kind of, it's a Street Glide. 2020 Street Glide. Nice bike. Black, chrome, black, shiny black, not black, black. So, Amira's got high heels. I love it. She put little high heel emojis. Man, that's another thing. You start getting old and you can't wear high heels anymore. They're dangerous, real dangerous. So I might wear a pair of heels to a wedding where I'm going to be sitting, and I take a different pair of shoes if they're having a reception with dancing because I'm not dancing in those things. But I love high heels, love them, and I've kept some of them. Just can't hardly get rid of them. I have some slingbacks that are floral slingbacks. I have a pair of leopard print slingbacks, open toe, peep toe, and I have some, I call them a Harley heels, and they are pointed toe, 4 inch. They are quite the shoe, quite the shoe. So I could do a live and show my favorite shoes. And then I have some Steve Madden sandals, and I just can't get rid of them. Just a handful. I've gotten rid of a lot of them because you see, um, that's probably if I had an addiction. It's to it's to sharp looking shoes. I love shoes. So I love the heels. There's a turtle in a heel. Yes. So and so Pam's probably left us. She's getting ready for her live. And where are you from, Amira? Your little picture. Oh, so, um, anybody got any fun stuff going on this weekend? I have nothing going on, and that's fun for me. What about Sunday? Any special plans? Swantail's asking the same thing. We just think it alike. Um, I don't have I don't have any plans for all weekend. Nothing going on. Um, just yeah, little catch up, little things to do, a few things to do. Spend some time with the hubby. Um, I think my husband's helping a friend of his move a few things tomorrow. So I'm going to try to make some videos. I'm going to work on some videos about whole food eating because research has shown that eating whole foods helps um, with your mental health. So Philip said, I'm addicted to Converse shoes. Yeah, I have some of those too. Puppyville. Where is Puppyville, Kristen? For a wedding? Who's getting married? Puppyville, Texas. I never heard of that. So, is this family, motorcycle family, friends? It's in Gainesville. Well, that's not too far. Catherine said, looking forward to that, Rhonda. So, is that still Roger's Catherine telling you what to put in? It's Lil Tim. Oh, okay. Oh, Lil Tim's getting married? Cool. Wow, CL said, I like videos. They're easier than live streams to listen to while I'm working. Well, I'm gonna make it's a it's 10-day detox. It's a book from with that Dr. Mark Hyman wrote, and I'm gonna make videos for each 10 days. But I'm gonna do um, a couple of lives during that span. It's for 10 days, but you detox and then you gradually add a few things back in, but you continue to eat the base of that plan. It's an eating plan. And, but there's so much more to this book. It's about mindset, it's some educational about how your body works, but the idea is it's about blood sugar and I did it 3 years ago. I was still working a high stress job, and I tell you, I felt so good. I it, it didn't matter. The stress it just helped so much with my stress. I went to the doctor and my blood pressure was so low, they backed off my blood pressure medicine. And, um, just, I felt so good. And I did it real strict for 6 months. And then I've just kind of adjusted it and learned how to uh, eat healthy. But since I went to the doctor and my, um, what is it, A1C was high enough that they told me I was pre-diabetic. I thought, I better get back to doing that. Catherine, Roger says, yes, she is. Catherine's telling him what to type. Catherine said she will try to record in Kentucky. That'd be really cool. Yeah, yeah. Um, Kentucky's really pretty. I've been to Louisville. I spoke at a conference there years ago. It was so pretty. They took me all around. I got to go to Churchill Downs, and it was really funny. We were in the gift shop, and they don't do tours of the actual, race area. And the lady I was with was telling the girl that, I was from Texas. Wish she could see the race field, and she said, "I can take y'all out there." And I got to walk out there, got to, those stands where you see the races, and it was really funny. They have the years. They're little, like almost like license plates, and they have the year and the name of the horse that won. And in the year I was born, the horse's name was Determination. I thought that was really cool. So, yes, and while I was there, they made me an official Kentucky colonel. I have the certificate for that. Oh, so all that stuff's really pretty cool. Uh, and they gave me a stoneware plate that has um, from Churchill Downs that has a jockey and a horse on it. It was really a great time. Kentucky, I have great. All right, Kristen, you got a doctor's appointment. Have a good day, Kristen. Swantail's kids shouting here. Yeah, my dog's barking at something. Maybe my neighbor's out. He's listening to me. Anyway, so I hope she does record in Kentucky, and I will be watching for those videos and all of that. So I'm not a whole lot else going on around here other than I'm sweltering and there's my dog. She's back to digging around. I do have a really big backyard, Philip. I would like to do some landscaping out here, but we've got to fix our water problem before I can landscape anything. We've kind of been working on our patio, cleaning it off. I want to make a garden spot area pit stop. Oh, gotta have those. Um, I want a raised garden, and I can put it. Oh, there's an inlet over there. It gets quite a bit of sun. Um, I think that's where I would like to put it, but that's for next year. I can think about that for next year. But still have to fix the water problem. I don't know if y'all saw my last video, but it floods back here when it rains a lot. So, Swantails, can I send my female dog to your house? Maybe your dog will like her. Maybe so. She's a female. Look at her. She is out there napping in the shade. Yep, that's her job as a dog. The other one, the little one, he's back over here on the cool concrete napping. Usually he's the one yapping. He's a chihuahua. He's a yapper. Little little yep 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 yep. So anyway, um I've been on here almost 40 minutes. It's 10 o'clock. I would encourage y'all to go over to Pam's Live. I think her channel is Pam's Stories for Humans. And she's going to go live. And I don't know how to do a raid. I don't have my pilot's license to fly y'all over to her live. And I am in Texas. I'm out on my back patio enjoying the heat. Not. It's so humid. I am like uh, sweating because it's sweltering. There's no breeze. So Carol writes. Do you write, Miss Carol? You're new here. I don't think I've ever seen you in my lives or in my comments. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now my neighbor's going to mow their yard. The carpenter's over there. The mower over here. The train's running back there. It's a great day in the neighborhood. And I'm going to hop off of here. If y'all would go over to Pam's live and support her this morning, kind of like a raid, but I don't have the pilot's license to be able to fly y'all over there. That's another thing I need to learn how to do. Anyway, um, who knows when I'll do another pop-up live. You like Wooden House? Yeah, that's a barn, little barn. It's a storage shed. My neighbor's, it's like a little red barn. Thank you, Philip. Bless you too. Thanks for hopping in. Always enjoy when you're here. So, y'all have a good weekend, and who knows? I may do another impromptu live, but I will aim for next Monday about 9:15, 9:20. Y'all have a blessed weekend, and I will see y'all around these YouTube streets. And remember to be you on purpose.